In the far north of Europe, Lapland lies under a thick blanket of snow, stretching across Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Russia. This land of ancient forests and frozen lakes recently experienced a cold of extraordinary intensity. In one small village, temperatures plunged to -42 degrees Celsius, a cold so profound it freezes your breath into ice crystals. Boiling water thrown into the air instantly turns to snow, and metal becomes brittle. The snow squeaks underfoot, a sound unique to the deepest freezes. For locals, such cold is a formidable adversary, testing their resilience and preparations. Schools close, travel becomes hazardous, and every outing requires careful planning. Communities draw closer, sharing warmth and checking on neighbors. This cold snap is a powerful signal from the Arctic, a reminder that what happens here affects the rest of the world. The record cold in Lapland is part of a larger story of shifting air currents and a changing climate. Understanding its origins is key to preparing for what this winter may bring to all of Europe. The journey of Arctic cold to Lapland is a tale of atmospheric science. In the polar night, land and air lose heat, creating a dense dome of frigid air. This cold air is usually contained by the polar jet stream, a high-altitude wind that acts like a fence. When the jet stream weakens and becomes wavy, it creates openings for Arctic air to spill south. A deep trough over Scandinavia recently opened a corridor, allowing the cold to surge into Lapland. The cold air arrived as a powerful mass, displacing warmer air and intensifying as it moved over snowy landscapes. This process, known as a cold air outbreak, brought record-breaking temperatures. It's a dramatic demonstration of how a wobble in the atmosphere can trigger a historic freeze thousands of kilometers away. The interconnectedness of our planet's weather systems means a shift in the Arctic can reshape winter across Europe. The recent event in Lapland is a vivid example of this global connection. Understanding these patterns helps us anticipate and prepare for future cold snaps. The story of Lapland's freeze is a lesson in atmospheric dynamics, and it's a reminder that the Arctic's influence reaches far beyond its icy borders. To understand the cold's journey, we must look to the polar vortex, a vast spinning circulation of frigid air high in the stratosphere. In winter, the polar vortex is strongest, locking the coldest air over the pole. When stable, it keeps the jet streams strong and Europe's winters relatively normal. But disturbances, like sudden stratospheric warming, can weaken the vortex, causing it to wobble and stretch. This allows lobes of cold air to break free and drift south. A weakened polar vortex makes the jet stream wavier, opening the gates for Arctic air to plunge into Europe. The recent Lapland freeze was the result of this top-down chain reaction. A wobble miles above triggered a record-breaking freeze on the ground. The polar vortex behavior is a key driver of winter extremes. When it falters, the effects ripple down, reshaping weather far from the Arctic. The story of Lapland's cold is a story written in the stratosphere, and it's a reminder of how small changes above can have dramatic impacts below. For the Sami and other locals, surviving extreme cold is a way of life, not an emergency. Homes are built for warmth, with thick insulation and wood-burning stoves at their heart. Life slows down, every action is deliberate, and daily chores are planned around limited daylight. Vehicles are equipped with engine heaters, and outings are carefully prepared. Diets are rich in fats and proteins. Reindeer stew, fish soup, and preserved berries fuel the body's internal furnace. Winter is embraced, not endured. Cross-country skiing, ice fishing, and sauna visits are essential parts of the culture. The sauna, especially, is a cherished tradition, a place to warm the soul and connect with others. In Lapland, adaptation and community are the keys to thriving in the cold. In Lapland, clothing is survival, not style. The secret is layering. Each layer traps warm air, providing insulation and flexibility. Start with a moisture-wicking base layer, merino wool or synthetics, never cotton. Add insulating mid-layers like fleece or down to trap heat. Finish with a windproof, waterproof shell to block the elements. Protect extremities with a warm hat, insulated gloves, scarf, and thick socks in waterproof boots. Dressing from the inside out is essential. The right clothing system keeps you warm, dry, and safe, no matter how low the temperature drops. In the Arctic, preparation is everything. Layering is the wisdom of the North, passed down through generations. Lapland's wildlife is a masterclass in survival. Reindeer have double-layered coats and specialized noses that warm icy air and conserve heat. Their wide hooves act like snowshoes, letting them walk atop snow and dig for lichen. Mountain hares turn white for camouflage and grow large, furry feet for snow travel. Lemmings and voles tunnel beneath the snow where temperatures are milder. Predators like the wolverine have thick, oily coats and snowshoe-like paws. Birds such as the ptarmigan grow extra down and burrow into snow to stay warm. Every animal, from moose to shrew, has evolved unique strategies for the Arctic winter. Nature's ingenuity is on full display in Lapland's deep freeze. Lapland's Arctic blast is a signpost for Europe's winter ahead. While -42 degrees won't reach London or Paris, the same atmospheric patterns will shape the season. Expect a battle between mild, wet Atlantic air and cold, dry Arctic air. Northern and Eastern Europe may see more frequent frosts and snow, especially in January. Western Europe will face storms from the Atlantic, bringing wind and rain, but also the risk of snow where cold and mild air collide. Later in winter, a sudden stratospheric warming could trigger a widespread cold spell across Europe. The forecast is for a winter of contrasts, cold east versus stormy west, with the potential for a late-season freeze. Preparation and flexibility will be essential. The patterns that shaped Lapland's freeze could soon shape the rest of Europe. Stay alert and be ready for a winter of surprises. As winter tightens its grip, preparation is key to staying safe and warm. Check your home's insulation and use draft excluders to keep the cold out. Ensure fireplaces and chimneys are safe, and know how to shut off water in case of frozen pipes. Dress in layers, always wear a hat, scarf, and gloves outside. Eat regular hot meals and drinks to maintain body heat. Before traveling, check weather and road conditions and prepare your car with winter essentials: blanket, torch, shovel, and food. If advised not to travel, stay home. Look out for neighbors, especially the elderly or those living alone. A simple check-in can make a world of difference. Community kindness is a powerful defense against winter's harshness. Small acts of care help everyone stay safe and connected. Winter is easier when we face it together. Preparedness and compassion are the best ways to weather the cold. The Lapland freeze is a powerful reminder of nature's extremes and our capacity to adapt. It's not just about enduring the cold, but embracing it, finding beauty in the silence, the northern lights, and the bonds of community. The strategies for survival, from layered clothing to reindeer coats, are lessons in preparation and respect for the environment. Winter tests our resilience and brings us together. It's a season of reflection, strength, and quiet wonder. As this winter unfolds, let's face it with preparedness, kindness, and curiosity. In the heart of the deepest freeze, life endures and thrives. Winter is not an end, but a vital chapter in the story of the year.